In this episode of 10 Best Ones, we are going to check out the top 5 best Sony cameras in 2018. I made this list based on my personal opinion, and I tried to list them based on their price, quality, durability and more. If you want to see the price and find out more information about these Sony cameras, you can check out the links down in the description and the comment section below. Okay, so, let's get started with the video. At number 5, we have the Sony Alpha 6000. The Sony Alpha 6000 is one of the most popular mirrorless cameras on the market because this unit is reasonably priced and what you get in return is truly insane. From a design perspective, the Alpha 6000 is available in 4 colors from which you can choose from, as well as in 3 styles, but for your information, the one that we are currently reviewing is the black-colored one with the 16 to 50mm lens. This particular model has a sleek, all-black body with intuitive controls that are spread across the top and the rear, making it exceptionally easy to use since you can reach them anytime you want to make adjustments. On the top left corner at the back, you will notice its OLED electronic viewfinder with 1.4 million dots that will provide you 100% coverage, while slightly below, there is its 3-inch, tiltable LCD screen on which you can always rely while recording videos. In terms of the connectivities, the Alpha 6000 offers built-in NFC and Wi-Fi connectivity, which is surely a great addition, but I would also like to advise you to download the free Play Memories mobile app as well, through which you can control the camera remotely from your smartphone. But now, let's talk about the performance. This unit uses a BIONZX image processor that will ensure that your photos and videos will be filled with numerous details, rich tonal gradations, and low, nearly unnoticeable noise, so you will have a feeling of a real professional. In addition, the ISO range stretches from 100 to 25,600, making it ideal for shooting in low-light conditions, and if we add its continuous shooting rate of 11 frames per second, it means that you will be able to capture fast-moving object without any blur at all. I would also like to mention its 24-megapixel APS-C sensor, which has the same gapless on-chip lens structure as the Alpha 7R, so as you can see, this camera can do miracles. Finally, this model will let you make full HD, 1920 by 1080 videos in 24p and 60p frame rates for your ultimate experience. To conclude, if you're looking for a camera that justifies its price tag and offers an even greater value for its cost, then the Sony Alpha 6000 would be your choice. Moving on, at number 4, we have the Sony Alpha 68. Sony Alpha 68 is a fantastic, mid-range mirror DSLR camera that is oriented towards the beginners and hobbyists who want to capture well-defined photos and videos without spending thousands of dollars in order to feel that pleasure. From a design perspective, the Alpha 68 has a handsome black body that is accompanied by a deep grip, multiple controls which are located across the front, top and the back, as well as an OLED True Finder electronic viewfinder placed at its usual position. For your information, the electronic viewfinder offers 100% frame coverage and has 1,440,000 dots, which is really cool due to the fact that you will be able to shoot wonderful images in almost any lighting. Below the viewfinder, there is a 2.7-inch, tiltable 460K LCD screen which will let you tilt it up to 135 degrees or down to 55 degrees with the intention to ensure that you can always have a clear sight of everything you intend to record. At the side, there are the connectivity ports composed of a DC-in connector, a microphone jack, one HDMI out, the power input, a multi-interface port and a dedicated memory card slot. Now, let's talk about the features. The Alpha 68 is armed with a large, Exmor APS HD CMOS 24.2-megapixel sensor that has an ISO range of up to 25,600, which is pretty cool, because you will be able to capture high-resolution photos in low-light conditions without any problem at all. However, if you require more lighting, then you shouldn't worry much, since all you have to do is to take an advantage of the built-in pop-up flash. In addition, this unit uses a translucent mirror technology that will keep track of even the most dynamic objects, so that you can taste the benefits of shooting at 8 frames per second without noticing a noise. Before we end, I'd like to inform you that Alpha 68 uses the Steadyshot inside image stabilization technology, which basically means that regardless of the lens you use, this technology will reduce the presence of blur and camera shake, so your shooting sessions will always be great. Overall, the Sony Alpha 68 deserves your attention, so give it a try and assure yourself of its quality. Next up, at number 3, we have the Sony Cybershot RX10 IV. The Sony Cybershot RX10 IV is a top-notch superzoom, bridge camera with DSLR-like attributes, so from the very beginning, you already know what can you expect in terms of the performance. From a design perspective, the RX10 IV sports a compact, magnesium alloy, weather-sealed body that holds a 0.39-inch OLED electronic viewfinder with 2.359 million dots, and a tilting 3.0-inch LCD touchscreen with 1.44 million dots positioned at the back. On the right, there are the connectivity ports, which include an HDMI out port, an AV in port for charging the battery in camera, a mic port, a headphone port and a card slot, so you will definitely be fully backed up in terms of connectivity options. But what I really like regarding its design, is that this camera has a focal range of 24 to 600 mm, which means that it will exclude you from the need to swap lenses, since you will be fine in most instances. But now, let's talk about the performance. The RX10 IV uses a 1-inch Exmor RS stacked image sensor with DRAM chip, which is definitely one of the biggest highlights about this camera, due to the fact that this sensor will offer you a blazing fast readout speed on one hand, while on the other, it enhances the efficiency of the AD conversation. Moreover, thanks to the super speed anti-distortion shutter, the RX10 IV delivers a maximum e-shutter speed of up to 1/32,000th of a second, so every fast-moving object is going to be captured with a higher level of sharpness. I would also like to add that this camera uses the BIONZX processing engine as well, which will let you have a continuous shooting speed of up to 24 frames per second for up to 249 frames at a time. When it comes to the battery life, well, you will likely have enough time to shoot up to 400 pictures, which I think that it is pretty good, but take in mind that the RX10 IV supports SDXC cards, so use them whenever you want. To conclude, I strongly recommend you consider the Sony Cybershot RX10 IV, and if you ever decide to purchase it, you will never be disappointed by its performance. Moving on, at number 2, we have the Sony Alpha A9 III. The Alpha A9 III is one of the best mirrorless cameras ever produced by Sony, and if we add the fact that it was released this year, by default it means that it is equipped with the latest technologies. From a design perspective, this particular model uses 28 to 70 mm lens and has a durable, yet handsome weather-sealed construction that makes it ideal for shooting in different weather conditions. At the back, positioned on the top center, there is the OLED electronic viewfinder with a resolution of 2.36 million dots, while slightly below, you can see the 3-inch tilt-angle touchscreen with 921,000 dots, which will offer you a great support while working in both high and low angles. Moreover, the connectivities include 2 SD card slots, a USB Type-C port, built-in microphone and headphone sockets, an HDMI output and a durable battery that will offer you enough power to shoot up to 710 photos on a single charge. Now, let's talk about the features. The Alpha A9 III comes with a back-illuminated, 24.2-megapixel Exmor R CMOS sensor that is paired with a front-end LSI, so that the final result would be a doubled readout speed of the image sensor. In addition, let's not forget the well-known BIONZX processing engine, which according to the manufacturer, will boost the processing speed at around 1.8 times if you compare it with Sony's Alpha II. When it comes to the ISO range, this camera has a default ISO range of up to 51,200, however, you can expand it up to 204,800, which is awesome, considering the fact that you won't have any difficulty in shooting in different conditions. In terms of the video recordings, the Alpha A9 III can deliver 4K 2 or 3840 by 2160 pixels video recordings, which is approximately twice the amount of data required for 4K movies, so your videos will have a real cinematic look. Overall, the Alpha A9 is worthy of considering, especially if you're keen to invest in a high-end camera that has an enormous potential. And finally, at number 1, we have the Sony Alpha A9. The Sony Alpha A9 is a professional and premium, full-frame mirrorless camera that combines an excellent build quality with numerous functionalities, which will change your perception of how powerful one camera can actually be. From a design perspective, the Alpha 9 boasts a lightweight, magnesium alloy body which is at the same time, moisture and dust resistant, so from now on, weather conditions will never be a problem for you. In addition, this unit has intuitive, strategically placed controls as well, because Sony's intention was to make your user experience satisfying and straightforward, since you will never have problems while navigating through menus or while adjusting the settings. At the rear, there is a 3.7 million LED viewfinder which translates in 1280 by 980 pixels, and if you find this too cool, well, what about a refresh rate of 120 FPS? Alpha 9's viewfinder is a real beast. Below the viewfinder, you will find a 3-inch tilt-angle touchscreen, with 1,440,000 dots, so if we combine the capabilities of both of them, I have to admit that Sony did a really good job here. Moving on, the connectivity ports consist of a micro USB connector, an HDMI micro Type-D out connector, an external microphone input, a headphone socket and dual media slots, so you will never be left without storage. But now, let's talk about the performance. The Sony Alpha 9 comes with a 24.2 megapixel full-frame XMOR RS stacked CMOS sensor, whose main duty is to ensure an exceptionally fast readout speed, especially when shooting UHD 4K video recordings. But that's not all. The sensor will also let you extend the ISO range to up to 204,800, while maintaining the original quality to the highest level, which means that you would ever notice noise is set to the minimum if not to zero. Finally, I would also like to mention that Alpha 9 comes with a BIONZX image processor as well, and what's interesting about it is that it supports a continuous shooting speed of 20 FPS for up to 362 consecutive JPEG or 241 RAW images. To conclude, the Sony Alpha 9 is a must-have because it is capable enough to elevate your user experience to a whole new level. Thanks for watching, I hope you liked this video. If this video was helpful to you, please remember to leave a like and subscribe to my channel to see more videos like this in the future, and if you have any questions related to these cameras, you can leave a comment down below and I will get back to you as soon as I can.